Welcome to the Cosmic Portal 2.0. I am your host, Ethos, and with me are the Heralds of Fandom. And today, as we pull ourselves out of our little vacational spin, we get to record in comic book heaven. And getting here wasn't hard. Getting in the store and not trying to do the podcast because we were buying comics and just chatting with the owner was very hard. Just a great place to hang and just be around books and a fan, a real fan, not money driven. This is a place where you can come in and browse, talk shop, and really get to know your collectibles and your comics. Yep. We've had a ball so far, and now we're just now starting the podcast, and it's kind of late into the little thing, but as usual, we will carry on. I have Foss running around taking pictures, so we'll have that up as you can see what's going on here. And
this place is great.
Last weekend was Comic-Con, Tidewater Comic-Con. We went, we had a ball. The costumes were great, the people were great. It kind of got a little racy towards the end, but we had a good time. We really enjoyed ourselves. So what we're going to do now is let everybody speak what's on their mind as far as news and what they thought of Comic-Con, and then we're going to break down and get into the store and start maybe interviewing the owner and some of the customers that are here. So, Miss Calypso Faye, would you like to go first?
Yep, I'm going to be talking about BlizzCon. It's a huge event for those of you that are fans of WoW, or for those of you that are fans of StarCraft, Hearthstone, Diablo, Heroes of the Storm, which will be coming out next year, I believe. But BlizzCon is on November 7th and 8th. There's a virtual ticket available for $39.99. There's limit 1 per Battle.net account. Broadcast is only in English. Internet connection is required. Battle.net registration is also required. Replays will be available for 2 weeks past the event if you purchase the virtual ticket. Also, the in-game content included when you purchase this virtual ticket for World of Warcraft, a Gromlock pet. For Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft Blizzard 2014 card back. For StarCraft 2, portraits and decal. For Diablo 3, Warlords of Draenor weapon transmogrifications. And Heroes of the Storm, Nexus mount and portrait. So once again, that virtual ticket's $39.99 and will be available. I believe it's already available, but I believe it's also available up until the date of the con.
Do you know who the musical guest is supposed to be this year?
I don't know. They haven't announced it yet.
That's surprising.
As far as I know, they haven't announced it. I went and did research and couldn't find anything yet, so.
Obviously, you did the research because that's crazy. All the info she gave, I'm like, I was gonna say she doesn't work for the BlizzCon. She just did her homework.
Oh my
That's
God,
crazy.
man! I gotta get that for my wife too.
That's crazy. $40
Yes,
for a virtual
ticket.
tour.
Yeah, you can have. I've done it most of the years that they've done it, and you can sit there. You can just skip the panels you don't want to see because BlizzCon, there's panels for everything happening all at once. And whenever I did it, I'd always sat there and watched the World of Warcraft lore one, the gameplay when they're talking about new expansions or new things coming up. They'll have competitive World of Warcraft arena matches. They've got StarCraft 2 matches going on, a tournament. I mean, it's a blast. All of that, and being able to replay it. Say it's 2 things came on that you wanted to see at one time. That's okay with that because that happened to me once before. Watched the one that interested me the most, and then went back and next day or during the downtime went back and watched. And, go back and rewatch their costume contest. That is an amazing thing, and the work that these people put in. We've talked about cosplay in the last episode, but the work that some of these fans put into their costumes and everything is just amazing.
Speaking of new content coming out, the Warlords of Draenor is set to come out next month, I believe. I do believe it is next month. And the patch for installing the new expansion has gone live. So if you haven't already been on your account to get all that done, you should probably do that. And speaking of the virtual ticket, on the website it did state that they take all major credit cards, for those of you that are wondering.
Yeah, November 13th it drops. I have to be in line. Because, yeah, my wife is a huge
Metallica is performing at this BlizzCon.
Oh!
So,
Past
wow.
years,
There you go.
they've had Tenacious D. They had Dave Grohl there with Tenacious D. They've had Ozzy Osbourne play. I mean, like I said, this year they've got Metallica going on. And a couple years in the past, they've had their own house band, the Elite Torn Chieftain play. That's Mike Morheim, the president of Blizzard. You know, a couple of those guys, and they're really entertaining to watch. I don't know if they're supposed to be playing this year. The last couple times that I heard, they didn't play because Blizzard's gotten really busy. They've had Diablo 3. They just had the Diablo 3 expansion drop. Last year they had StarCraft Part of the Swarm drop and all that. It's just they're fun to watch if they play.
November 13th is when that game expansion drops. Believe me, that's all my wife talks about. That's all I hear. So that's all I'm going through. News-wise, does anyone else have something to contribute?
No
ball?
I don't have a whole lot that's new. I mean, everything that's going on right now, everybody's catching up with, and that's the newer things that are going on TV. Right now, everybody's really keeping up with the whole DC thing. They're really running things when it comes to the Flash, Arrow. Constantine just dropped this week. Did anybody see that here in the group?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I thought very good things for it as well. I just hope that everybody else did as well, viewer-wise, so it could get the ratings to keep going. I thought it was very well done. Nothing against Mr. Reeves, who did a movie with the same name, Constantine. But this just kind of seemed to follow the story just a little more interestingly. There's a few more things that they got coming out a little later. Marvel's Agent Carter. And that's going to be a period piece in the 1940s, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so,
That gives me a little bit more hope. because
Post Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah, so it's pretty much, her long lost missing date. And what happened in between there and, when you saw her.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right.
They just texted me. I was in a hurry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
about that.
You're good.
Thanks, though.
Sure.
Well, we did have an interview, but the guy had to go. So.
We'll do it again.
Okay.
Hopefully, this won't be the last time we come here.
No, I don't think so. I think as long as the owner allows us to come back, we'll come back and keep
Be
going.
here every day.
We'll take you up on that.
Free publicity is free publicity, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, Marvel's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. has really surprised me with what they've been doing. When I got to see Absorbing Man,
Yeah.
and then they took the chick from Wonder Woman's pilot that failed and then brought her on.
Mockingbird.
Can you not? I mean, I was like,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
okay.
I didn't even
Let's
know. I swear, I didn't even know it was her. And I was like, man, I hate this. I love this girl, Aiden Panalegi. But I was like, man, she does this so good. Like, this character, I really hate her.
Yeah.
And then it turns out she was Mockingbird. And I'm like, yeah! I was like screaming in my house.
Man, I had to watch everything a day later. So
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody's at work. Did you? Don't. Don't. Because I do my little Hulu binge watching throughout the week.
Yeah.
And unless I find another site, and then I can watch whatever. But man, then I saw you guys posting up, and I had to stop watching all your posts. They kept coming up. I was like, okay. And then I finally got to see Arrow.
Oh, yes.
Man.
I'm telling you, Arrow is my favorite DC show.
I don't know, man. Gotham is
Gotham is good.
really
It's good, but
The first
Arrow.
episodes- yeah,
Come
Arrow,
on,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Arrow. This.
To me, it's right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Come on, man.
It's almost a tie between Flash and Arrow. Because, but I have to admit, I didn't watch the first 2 episodes of Arrow. So I was like into Flash. Like,
Okay,
I'm like,
I'll give you
man,
that.
Flash.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that
But
one.
this last episode of Arrow, I lost my mind
Me too.
Yeah.
because,
Me too.
because we
No, the
got
last 2 episodes actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
we not only got
Wildcat.
yes.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna be your thing.
I was like pumping my fist in the air. I'm like,
Wildcat.
and then now Laurel is finally gonna become who she was supposed to be in the first place.
Thank
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we got the first meeting between Wildcat and Black Canary, like in the comic book.
Yes. Yes.
So I was like, my heart just, I was
Yeah.
like, yes, thank you, thank you.
Okay. I'm not so sold on this DC not doing the Marvel thing and merging their movies with.
Why not? It just doesn't
I'm
make
all for
sense.
it. I'm all for it.
Okay, I'm with
no
you.
melding?
And
No
this is
melding?
I'm good.
This is
I'm
me
good with
saying
it.
I'm with Windhammer. Normally, I'm like, no, Windhammer doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm with you on this one.
If
Yeah.
you have a TV show like The Flash, who broke records in views, like all across the board, fans love the show. They love Grant Gustin as The Flash.
Yeah.
They love.
I can't read it.
Ray Palmer.
Ray Palmer.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's not
Yes,
supposed.
yes.
He's not
Yeah.
supposed to shrink in. He's not supposed to shrink in Arrow, at all.
I don't know.
He's not supposed to.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, they'll change that up just like they changed up.
I'm all for keeping them separate. Yo, it gets
Please
you,
do.
It gets you more exposure to the characters. You don't and it also means that they don't have to tailor the filming schedule for the TV series or the movies. They don't have to delay making the movie. They don't have to delay making the series because it's 2 different actors. You've got 2 different Flashes, and if it's a multiverse,
Then
they've already opened the possibility of bringing in the
See, but-
TV series into kind of a crisis situation.
But that's the thing. That whole multiverse, that's just something they pull out of their sleeve.
Yeah.
That's not what happened.
I will
That's
admit
just-
that
that's
is
just-
probably a response to fan outcry.
Exactly. That was a multiverse. Yeah, come on now.
Well, it's
Are
just
you
like
kidding me?
here's the running argument I've been having for years, right? You get Highlander the movies, then you get Highlander the TV show, and then the 2 producers who made the show go, there's a TV universe and then there's a movie universe, and then the TV show crosses over into the movie realm, and now you got everything all mixed up, and you're still trying to keep it separated. DC was supposed to have 52 worlds, and now we're talking, okay, we're going to go ahead and make this a crossover multiverse. They're all connected, but they're all separate at the same time.
And what I'm saying is this. I can see what you're saying, but the only reason they're doing it is because they don't want to pay the TV actors movie money. That's all it is. Because if
agree.
you go make
I
a
agree.
movie and you ask for $10 million and then you're going to do a TV show, you're going to ask for $10 million. You're not going to be like, well, just give me $500,000.
Yeah.
You just got paid $10 million.
I don't know.
So-
Robert Downey Jr. wants to be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I don't think
Yeah,
he's going to
but-
look for that huge paycheck to get on there.
Yeah, but
he wants to be on it.
But he's exactly. But,
But
he's probably going to be.
They look at it. They need to give him the money.
Yeah,
that's
but-
the way they look at it.
But that's the thing. He's not gonna be a TV show for him. He's
No.
gonna be like a cameo. Like he's gonna walk in like Samuel L. Jackson did.
Yeah.
You know. But Grant Gustin is the TV. He's the show is about him. So what I'm saying is you have
getting ready to
you
test
have
that.
yeah. No, I'm saying you have this guy that all across the board, not only DC fans, Marvel fans are like, this dude is the real deal. I mean, everybody loves this kid, and broke TV views records.
Yeah.
So you have everything going for you. Why are you going to
Yeah,
choose
that's-
another
I don't
guy
understand that.
nobody knows?
I don't understand that. You could the publicity alone, the TV show, movie, you could just keep it going like you said, they don't want to pay that money.
Yeah, and the same thing with Arrow. It's even filmed in the same type of style that the movies are being filmed. Dark, gritty. The guy wants to be in the movie with he just said it. I want to be in Man of Steel. I want to be in the movie. So,
I'm a little hurt on that too.
At the same time, the TV series, they're allowed to be a little bit funnier with it. DC's already come out. They said, we want our movies to be serious.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
We want our movies to be serious.
Yeah.
They're being stupid.
So,
about it.
keeping the TV actors separate from that, you get to keep, the little Easter eggs that you toss in all the time. You get to keep, the comedy aspect. You're allowed to be funny on the TV show. You're not going to be allowed to be funny in the movie.
But
I mean,
that's what that is
doing it.
Yeah.
Why not do
They
it? 'Cause that's
they
the
see
only way
Marvel's
they're gonna
doing
get
it one
the
way, and they're
people
like,
one day.
DC's always been like, well, we don't want to be accused of following Marvel on this
Well,
one.
but at
let's
the-
do the opposite.
at the same time, there is the fan outcry.
Right. I mean,
Like when the Man of Steel came out, I loved the Man of Steel, but at the same time, they're like going out of their way to make it dark, and if they have a little bit of a brain, they're like, well, Arrow has a little bit of comedy, like you said, and everybody loves it now.
Mhm.
Flash has a little bit of comedy, just a little bit sprinkled in, and everybody's like all for it. So why are we gonna go against the trend? Just to prove a point that we can do it. Come on, man.
As a
Are you
DC
kidding
fan, I
me?
can't even defend it.
And
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what I'm saying.
I shake my head half the time that when I see something like that come on, because I love Arrow. I mean, that show, and then here comes Gotham. I've never liked the Penguin, but this Penguin character, there's something about his oddness that gets me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
They're playing him up so well,
Yeah.
and I'm really looking forward to the other characters getting a shot like this. Because
well,
if
they're bringing
gonna-
them in. They're
yeah,
bringing them
they
in.
are, and I hope that they, hold as much weight right now as they're doing with Penguin, because they're really, they're getting a lot of people sold on him.
And I'm with you on the I've never been a Penguin guy.
Yeah.
But this guy, man,
Yeah,
he's
right?
just creepy, man. And he's conniving, man. Like, he does things that you don't expect him. You're like, he's just a punk. Like, he he's just sleazy, man. And that's how Penguin is.
You don't
But
see the
Dan-
fat guy in the top hat
No,
with the
no.
umbrella.
But Dan DeVito didn't freak you
Yeah,
out as a penguin.
you see
Yeah, he did.
this-
But
yeah.
that DeVito is Danny DeVito.
You see a cutthroat guy that changed the joke about his name into something serious.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the way that's playing out. And like I said, I really want to see the rest of the characters follow through the same way.
Yes.
So let me stop right here and say that we have the comic book heaven owner at the table with us as we're doing this podcast.
Yes.
So Eric, welcome to the cast.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us, come in your store and host it up. And we definitely will be an advocate of waving your banner out there, and trying to
Absolutely.
get some business.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
And that was one of the things that I was telling these guys when me and James first came in here and started talking, when we met you and everything else. And the studio was like, yeah, you guys can go ahead and do it. Go out there and, get yourself some podcasts, whatever. And then I hooked up with this guy, and, I've always had this guy. Then, of course, I met Nuke here at work. And then me and him were like, yeah, I know that store. And I was like, all right, we got to get down
Yeah,
there.
we gotta do it.
And I'm so happy that we did, because this is just...
I'm so happy that we did because I just found Thor stuff.
Oh.
Man, I'm gonna have to be spending half my paycheck again.
You got to get that statue, don't you?
Look, he's already plotted on that, man. That
Oh,
was
man,
already
you know
done
it.
when we walked in
And
there.
that Thor,
Read his explanation to his wife.
that journey into
Look.
Mr. 88.
The first thing I did when I came in here, I was like, I wonder if he still got that bat signal. I was looking him, nosing around, not saying anything, and then I hear him say, yeah, I just sold the bat signal.
Yeah,
Ah.
sold it on like 2 weeks ago.
You lose here. At the
Yeah,
with
well,
him.
but now I'm making a little bit of money, and I'm going to change over my prescription and come here, and that way on the way home I can get my books and my stuff.
Appreciate that. Whenever you do it, you get 10% off, and all your books will be in bag and board free.
Aha, there you go.
And it could be in one book or 100 books.
Well, I don't.
You've already beat certain.
Yeah, I won't be going back there.
Well, I don't have a home store right now because I left the one I was in because the guy was.
You could make this one your home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm doing. I'm
saying.
doing
I
that
think
now.
after today I might have a new home.
Yeah. So, Eric, what is your take on these shows and how things are going?
Well, I haven't been watching Gotham. I saw the first episode, and after that, just kind of like went downhill for me. I've never been a DC, guy. Always Marvel. So, but Arrow though, I can't complain about it. With all the characters coming in. Wildcat, Black Canary. Going back to what you were saying about Ray Palmer not shrinking. Nobody thought that Barry showing in Arrow.
He was gonna
be
change.
Flash.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like,
Well, the same
they're gonna
way,
make that show.
The
Yeah.
same way you was thinking about that, they could be doing the same thing with him.
They
You
could.
know,
Yeah.
introducing
Right.
him in there
They're
to
actually
have the
doing
movie
that.
for him.
I
And
really am enjoying Brandon Routh as Ray Palmer.
And he's funny.
He's
in
bringing
there.
some comedy.
He has that-
Anybody like his Superman?
I did.
I
I
did.
thought his Superman was
Yeah,
cool.
I did.
I mean,
To tell you the truth, when they said that they didn't want it to meld the two universes,
Uh-huh.
and they said they were gonna bring him in, I was praying that he was gonna be the Superman of that series.
man, that was
Because that would have been
right.
come on, man, that would have been awesome, dude.
man.
And that would have been like, all right, I'll give him a pass. But then if you're not gonna have Superman or Batman in those two universes, then what are you doing?
They haven't said that they're not going to have Superman and Batman in the TV series. They
But at the
haven't
same
said
time-
that.
at the same time,
but
you
right
can't.
now they want to concentrate on making them into the movies.
Exactly, but
I'm sure they're going to gauge exactly what Marvel's doing, and if it works so well with
Yeah,
them, they
I
will
think
follow
they
suit
it
and
might
do
end
the
up
same
joining,
thing.
you know, the Gotham with the Smallville, you know, like
Yeah.
you know, showing up in there, leading to the movie, you know,
The only thing
that'd
I
be
didn't
kind
like-
of cool, you know.
about Smallville was in the beginning of Smallville, you had the first season was the villain of the week. It was everything was kryptonite, and that kind of in the first I was like, well, okay, we got superpowered villains because of kryptonite.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Flash is the same way.
Yeah.
You know, all
Yeah.
the villains coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it was
Birth
for-
of the
for
Hero
that
also
explosion,
gives the
yeah,
birth of
yeah,
the
yeah.
villains, which was kind of cool,
Yeah.
you know. But Smallville took off, and then of course I didn't like how quickly they brought in like the mainstream villains like Doomsday,
yeah,
and all
yeah.
that. Cause,
Or how quickly they got rid of Lex Luthor.
well he wanted to do something else.
That was the best. Well, I mean, I don't know. That Tom Welling was a good Superman.
Yeah.
But Lex.
I thought he was gonna
Michael
be
Rosenbaum.
was
Oh,
the best.
man.
Oh
The best
man,
Lex
when he
ever.
made that show, right?
When he said that he wanted to be in the movie, in the new one, I was like, if I was the president of DC, I would rip his arm trying to sign that paper.
Come on, man.
And they were like, no, we're gonna go with
I'd have my agent
Jesse
kept that in
Eisenberg.
his
I'm like,
house. You get him to sign that paper, don't come back.
man, come on, man.
Rosenbaum was the bomb for that.
Yeah.
I mean, he got kind of cheated at the end, at the season finale of Smallville. That finale.
Yeah.
Although we got to see him in the suit, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
I thought he was gonna be in, the main guy at the movies too.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it.
That would have been
But that whole-
a welcome sight, and who knows, that actually may have carried it over into something more than what happened.
Yeah.
well,
I think their biggest mistake with the Superman Returns was making a Superman Returns. They had a chance. They could have wiped the slate clean. Pay homage to Christopher Reeve and the Richard Donner films, but start it over. New origin. Like they did with Man of Steel. I mean, they finally Man of Steel. We're not going to try to continue this one. And Brandon Routh looked enough like Christopher Reeve as Superman and as Clark Kent, and could pull off the acting like it well enough. So they decided to just take the easy way out. Let's just make a sequel.
Well, I mean
They should have started over.
There were two main problems about that movie. First of all, there was not enough action. That's the main concern that everybody had. And the second one was they went crazy with the whole Superman has a son with Lois.
God,
So if you're gonna make
kind of killed a little bit.
Yeah.
if you're gonna make that move, oh man, you need to have some credibility behind you. Fans are not gonna forgive that.
well, the movie took place right after 2, so they were trying to erase.
They erased
3
and 4
Yeah.
with that movie.
Yeah.
They did erase those two.
But they should have
Needed
just.
to erase 3. I'm sorry.
Come on, you didn't like Richard Pryor?
Come on, yeah, man.
All right, so going back to the
Greg
TV shows.
Kryptonite blowing out the Olympic torch. Yeah, I didn't just.
Great. You're great on Gotham.
Honestly, B minus.
B minus. Okay.
B minus.
And that's coming from a Batman fan.
Yeah,
You know
Are you watching it?
I just
have
can't.
not
They,
seen
the
it.
whole they introduced too many villains in there,
Yeah.
And by the time he becomes Batman, they'll be grandpas already. You know what I'm saying? So
He's
yeah.
12
That's
years
what
in the
I
series.
was
That's why I said B
That's what
minus,
I was
man. I
saying.
can't.
And another thing that bothers me about that show, I'm gonna tell you what. That what's his name? Gordon.
Yeah.
He's perfect for that character.
Yeah,
he's
I think so.
perfect.
Gordon is
Him and his partner are carrying that show, and of course,
Harvey's not
Penguin.
older than Jim Gordon though in the comics. Harvey Bullock's not older than him, and
Yeah,
he's
but-
older than him in this.
Yeah.
But this is completely
But
this
there's a
is
lot of
completely
things that
different.
We could go.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
Yeah,
if
you
you-
hear all night.
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
If
that.
you watch that show, they're carrying that show
Well, it's about them.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But at the same time, they're trying to make the universe like everybody knows each other. That's what's rubbing me the wrong way. Like the whole Selena saw the killing.
There's my point. That's it right there.
Man, are you
when I saw that,
kidding me?
man, I was like,
Is she
killed
still
that for me, man.
Is she still the killers? She becomes her Batman's girlfriend. She will tell him, and he will find her in 2 seconds. She will find the guy in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He won't go all his life trying to find the guy. Yo, chill.
Well, in some incarnations, he found him, and it gets brought to justice. And others, they never find out who it is.
I don't know, man.
It's
It's
pretty
just,
obvious they've made those two characters, Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle, around the same age and older, so they can have a little kitty romance on the show.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
yeah.
That's going to happen. But
And then it drops from a B-
You know,
to a C-.
Yeah, I give it a C so
Time
far.
frame
from how they're doing everything is just that's the only thing that's really giving
Don't
me the itch.
91210 my show.
Because
That's why it kind of like after the first episode, I'm like
Yeah, that's what I'm
bump it
saying.
down for the.
I give Gotham a C. Flash and Arrow A's.
Yeah.
Absolutely A's. Agents
What
of
about
Shield.
Constantine so far?
I haven't seen Constantine.
Oh.
I haven't seen Constantine.
Came out
But
already?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yesterday.
this Friday.
Okay.
Yesterday.
But
I
I'm
was
telling you
wondering,
what.
I recorded in the T-Board.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
There you go.
I love the Keanu Reeves movie. So I'm not those guys that I'm like I wanna forget about that movie, and I want the new show to be the real thing. I'm like I love the movie.
I'll be honest, I enjoyed that
So-
movie too.
Yeah.
Okay, I
I
mean,
enjoyed
it
it,
was a
but-
good movie. I didn't find anything that wrong with it.
Yeah.
Because
I
I don't
enjoyed
know that much about Constantine,
Yeah.
which makes it better
Yeah.
for me. You know what I mean? But this Constantine looks like Constantine.
Yeah, that's the
I
big thing.
mean, it's a pretty good show so far.
I'll watch it.
I mean, you'll watch it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll watch it.
It's pretty good.
And the Agents of Shield is now really
It's coming to its own.
yes.
because
Now
that
it's
first
The
season.
first season, I was like,
No, the first season, they
loved
were-
the first season. It started off kind of villain of the
Clunky.
week.
It's not a
yeah,
clunky.
But they
Clunky's
were
good, yeah.
they were handicapped in waiting for Winter
I don't think they
Soldier.
were really
Yeah,
handicapped.
They were.
They had
They
their
were.
way.
They printed fake scripts and handed the fake scripts out to the cast.
Yeah, that
So
was
the cast
after
saw-
That was after the first couple of weeks. Yeah, man, because they didn't even have no thing. Because this was Josh's baby. Right after Avengers, this thing was rolling,
yeah.
and it got derailed real quick after episode 3. Because I was sitting here going, oh, "Stop! What are you doing?" This, And then I was hoping that they weren't going to bring in like super-powered agents. Because I kind of thought it was nice that it was just humans
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
trying to take down these heroes. I mean, these powerful villains.
yeah.
And now, with that whole dynamic of turning everything around, and then when Hydra came back, I was kind of like, "What?" That sold the show.
Yes, now it's like a spy show.
And that guy, what's his name? Traitor.
Bill
Oh,
Paxton.
No, not Bill Paxton.
Agent Ward. Agent Ward.
Ward.
That hurt.
That hurt,
I didn't see
but
it
that
coming
was-
at all.
That was a crazy
And-
performance.
But that's the best thing about it. When
I
you
never
can sit here and
expected
get
that to happen.
emotional about that character or about that I mean, let's face it. As guys, I look at Sky and I'm like, she doesn't even have to talk. Just let her just walk across the screen a few times, and I'm cool.
Don't
right?
talk
Who's
about
she gonna
Sky.
become,
Don't you talk about Sky.
Who's she gonna become?
She's supposed to be some alien.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the show says.
You know what I'm thinking?
But she gotta become some kind of superhero.
Right.
You know what I'm thinking? This is my crazy theory, and please hang on with me.
Okay.
This is my crazy theory. I think she might become Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. I think because she's an alien or
Right. By any chance, do you have the Death of Wolverine 2 or 3?
No.
she's
Sold out.
she's like a alien, but that's kind of like the explanation they're giving. Like, well, she might be alien, she might be something we don't know. That's what Coulson tells her. We don't know.
Right.
You might be alien. We don't know. So-
Throw you off track.
Yeah. So she's probably gonna have powers. She looks exactly like Jessica Drew.
I give you that.
So
I'll give you
like,
that.
I mean, if they change a lot of stuff, why not that? I mean, what I'm saying, what are they gonna make it? Well, she got big violent spider,
Well, we're gonna have this noted right now.
and at the same
You
time,
said that. You put it out there.
and at the same time,
I don't
Copyright.
think that until Marvel and Sony come to the agreement that they're trying to work on to bring Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Yeah.
you're not going to see any Spider-type characters.
and that's what. But that's the reasoning. That could be the reasoning why they're making her an alien. You know what I'm saying? She's not a spider. She's an alien. You know what I'm saying? So they might go with
Okay,
that.
I
so,
can give you that.
Anyway,
I'll
that's,
give you that.
I'm gonna throw my
ways
theory.
of doing things.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's my theory. and I'm sticking to it.
And now look, I can't fault your logic. Normally, I can sit here and go, wait a minute, no. But this time, you got me. You got
I'm
me.
just saying, it
I can
could
see
happen.
it. I can see it.
Now, speaking of Agents of Shield,
Mhm.
this week they had planned that Avengers 2 trailer. They had the Avengers 2 trailer planned out that was going to show during Agents of Shield. Somebody got a hold of it, leaked it. Marvel pulled it down and then decided to officially release it.
Just go
And
with
you
it.
know what? This Tuesday we're going to get even more footage
Yeah.
from that.
And by the way, even with the trailer leaked, it broke records.
Yeah.
What you guys think about that now?
Yeah,
Oh,
there you
man.
go. That was my next question. That
Oh
was my
my
next question.
God.
I mean,
It is
Let's
showing
wait.
it is showing the
who
Disney
made-
connection with
who
that
made
song.
Ultron?
Tony
Tony
Stark?
Stark.
No, Hank Pym.
No,
Hank Pym.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, yeah.
You
It's
call
gonna
yourselves
be- it's gonna
fanboys.
be- it's
I
gonna
don't
be-
understand. Why is he doing in there?
No. Ultron in the movie
Well-
could still ended up being created by Hank Pym. Ant-Man movie. I mean, he's going to be in the Ant-Man movie.
Well,
He
but-
still could have been created by Hank Pym, and it was an abandoned project. And they already said in Ultron is going to be Tony Stark picks up a project that was abandoned.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
tries to make it go.
But
He still could have been originally created by Hank Pym, and you're probably going to see that in the movie.
But what I think-
very genius of them to do that.
Yeah.
because Then,
That
But
links Ant-Man.
I think it's Jarvis. I think it's the memory of Jarvis.
No,
Jarvis is
no,
gonna be
Jarvis is
No,
Vision.
Jarvis
Oh,
got
Vision,
hacked.
Vision. You're right. You're right.
Jarvis is going to be
But
Vision.
no,
Jarvis
let's
was
get the
hacked.
thoughts on the trailer
Trailer?
itself, because I know we've all seen it like 4 or 5 billion times.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple. I mean, I didn't see it as many as the first Avenger. The first Avengers, I
It
was.
was a good trailer. The only thing I didn't like was the voice of Ultron.
You didn't
Yeah.
like James?
You don't
Bond?
like
Spader?
James Spader as it?
No,
He's got a
it was
very
just like
strange voice.
Yeah, I mean too strange. I think
Right.
it was like
Creepy.
so deep and creepy. Yeah,
I like it. I like that about it.
Well, that Ultron
I like being
was
creeped
pretty
out.
creepy in itself, man.
Yeah.
You know.
The original one that you
I
see,
don't
the
have
the the broken Iron Man suits all stitched together, walking out there.
Yeah, I thought
That
cool.
was kind of creepy.
One thing I felt when I first saw it for the first time, of course I was excited because I was freaking out.
Okay.
But I was like, man, it just feels hopeless. It feels like they can't get away from this. I mean,
Yeah.
when you see Captain America walking and he's just closing his fist, he's like, man, this is unbelievable. We just got out of this alien invasion.
Hold on, but the best part of that is whenever he's going against a Hulk.
Oh yeah.
And the
that
physical
Hulk
eye?
armor.
coming
Like,
from
you
coming
know,
from a Hulk
Hulkbuster.
fan.
You can wait in there and say, I can't wait for that to see, his hand always, broken up, straight down, and the Hulk saying, come on,
That was-
let's go.
That was
Yeah.
pretty badass.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Hulk busting armor is all I got to say.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's bigger than the
It
Hulk.
looks good. Too.
Yeah.
It's
It's bigger than
He's
the
the
Hulk.
Hulk
supposed
buster.
to be bigger.
He's
so.
the Hulkbuster armor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I love that.
But
And when Thor grabs Tony Stark by the neck and he's like,
I was
"It's
like,
all
oh,
your
man.
fault." It's like, oh
Yeah.
man.
Man, what's up with that?
Say
why
something,
I
boy.
get punked out?
Hey.
What's up with
Hey.
that?
Hold on, the Hatter has something
The
to say.
best part about though was the song. If you can listen to the words that were playing in the background, it's from the original Pinocchio movie
Yeah.
about him talking about having no strings attached to him. And
Yeah.
that, if you listen to it, it pays
crazy.
homage to Pinocchio, but at the same time, it fits with
It
what's
fits
going on,
perfect.
and it's just
It's perfect. And
It's
freaking awesome.
Disney getting its nod into
yeah,
itself.
and what
Owned by
what
Disney, so-
Ultra says at the end is what Pinocchio says.
Is what
I
they
have
were
no
saying.
strings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's exactly what he
it
says.
was tight.
It was man, it was great. It was great. I had a it's funny. I have a friend of mine that's a Nolan Batman super fan, Corey. Hey Corey, and he said, what do you think about the Avengers trailer? I said, man, it looks cool. I just feel it's hopeless. But he knows that I hate the whole Dark Knight Rises because
Yeah.
I say that, hey, it was just too hopeless and stuff. And he said, oh, it's funny how you like this one because it's hopeless, but hate the Dark Knight Rises. I said, I don't hate the Dark Knight Rises because it's hopeless. There's a million other reasons
There
why I
are
hate
many
it.
reasons why that movie wasn't.
But anyway, it's just funny. I
didn't
wanted to
live up to
mention
its
that.
potential.
It was
But
kinda
I
funny.
mean, all in all, with the way things are going, the competition between the two studio houses, you got DC and Marvel doing whatever, and now they're biting off each other. Marvel's now going, of course, getting dark. We got because that's the one thing I didn't like about the trailer that I was like, man, they just got through an invasion, and now here it is. We're right back where they started. And now, of course, Hulk seems to be like not really wanting to be one of the team. Okay.
Well, we don't know yet. It could be something completely different. It could be something like I don't know. It could be.
I think one of the popular theories out there is they're ramping up to a World War Hulk.
Nah, that's never gonna happen. I'm sorry. I wish, because I love that storyline, but this guy Ruffalo is not gonna sign a contract. He's not gonna be in it.
Don't you guys
He's gonna be
think
the voice.
Going back to what you were saying though? Don't you think that Ultron comes after Iron Man 3 when the whole house gets bombed and everything?
Yeah.
And it's not really actually after the Avengers
In between.
Yeah, because the house gets destroyed.
Yeah.
But all his suits, they're all over in the bottom. Whenever they go to
they exploded.
They all exploded.
Yeah, and they all come out too to go and actually help them.
Yeah.
So,
that's true.
Little pieces in there
And-
that are broken.
and
They were on top.
And another thing is, it's not only the. Yeah, I just forgot about it. I just remember. It's not only the alien invasion. Captain America just dealt with the whole
Hydra.
shield. Just got
Yeah.
it was all Hydra.
Yeah.
So it's the whole world, and that's probably who's going after the Hulk. It's not Shield. It's probably Hydra going after them.
Playing mind games.
Yeah.
That's a good theory.
I'm wondering if you might
So-
see Loki pop in there and play the mind games with the Hulk.
Well,
Loki's
I
a very
wouldn't doubt
popular
it.
character
I
now.
wouldn't doubt it.
They love. Well, I love him. That guy
Yeah.
just kills me.
As a huge fan of Captain America is my favorite superhero, and that just anytime you see an image of his shield broken, it's supposed to be indestructible.
Yeah.
Anytime you see an image of that shield broken, it's just
it's
it
bad.
kind of tugs.
It's bad.
That's always been Marvel's go-to thing lately. It's like we want to show that this guy is a really really bad guy. Let's break Cap's shield.
Yeah.
Well, you've
Yeah.
seen it before though on the Hulk on the Fish Perfect. Whenever Hulk kills everybody, you see Captain America's shield.
It's supposedly
so-
indestructible though. I mean, vibranium is one of those. It's made mostly of vibranium, and it's one of those,
But
one of those metals that's supposed to be able to absorb and redirect anything directed at it.
But I don't think they have ever said it's indestructible. It's like the strongest material
Virtually
on Earth.
indestructible.
Yeah.
Virtual.
So it's like Wolverine's claws. You can't destroy them, but Hulk bent them in half on one occasion. Hulk went like this: if you disrespect me again, I won't fix you. And I won't. I was like,
Well, and Magneto sucked it out of him.
There you go.
I mean,
yeah.
But look, we're hitting our little closing mark, so we're gonna have to continue this with a part 2.
All right.
And we're gonna shut it down with there. And tell Eric, thank you for allowing us to come back in here. We're gonna go ahead and continue this for a part 2. And what we're gonna have to do is, I'm gonna have to scramble and put this one up Saturday morning after we put the Friday up, so it goes like a continuous.
Yes.
Because this is good. This is just too good. I don't want to wait.
We got Halloween coming up, so we gotta talk some of that stuff up too. This first episode's gonna come out on Halloween.
Yeah.
Or superhero movies or just movies in general.
All right, guys. So
No.
this is us signing
play
off
with this.
from Comic Book Heaven, and we will talk to you later.
From the deep.
From the deep.
I was